Say I'm good.
Yeah, man. I'm just sitting there,
Hey, Shalom, man. It's GMS, South Carolina, North Carolina, and Indianapolis. So we're coming out again today to bring out this word to the so-called Black, Latino, and Native Americans, which are the Israelites. First and foremost, we want to give all praises to the Most High.
Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahushua, Ba'ashem, Rakakwadash.
I want to give double honor to the apostles and the elders of Great Millstone. I want to say shalom to all the brothers and, of course, the few sisters who are pursuing this truth and sincerity, man. May the blessing of election be upon your house. All right? So Elder Hawa brought this precept out. We're going to start with this. This is 2 Corinthians, what was it? 4 and 3. All right, it reads.
Oh, I'll read it.
Okay.
That already?
The second.
Right.
And in 2 Corinthians 4 and 3, it said, but if our gospel be hid, it is hid to them that are lost.
All right. So again, we always bring out the fact that you can't choose this for yourself, one. And that there's going to be people that just simply don't get this. Right. They're going to be lost in the sauce. They're going to be in the world. They're going to be lovers of carnal things instead of spiritual things. So to some people, this gospel is hid.
Right.
That's what, in my short time being in the truth, we ran across professors and priests, people that, are of high esteem in the world. But when it comes to understanding these spiritual things, they just can't get it. Is that by coincidence? You read that one more time for me?
2 Corinthians 4 and 3. But if our gospel be hid, it is hid to them that are lost.
All right. So to land back off of this, man, those that the gospel is not hid to, they all have one thing in common, man. They have fear for the Most High. The scriptures say what? Fear is the beginning of wisdom. Okay, because we understand judgment. We understand how the Most High operates. So we don't just go and do anything. We don't just go and say anything. You know what I mean? Our ways, the path of our feet, are guided by the spiritual instructions you've been given by our Father.
Psalm chapter 25, verse 14. The secret of the Lord is with them that fear him.
Mm-hmm. And it reminds me of Matthew, I believe, the 13th chapter. It says, because it is given unto you to know the mysteries of the kingdom of heaven, but to them it is not given, man.
Right. Because you mentioned something about fear.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? The men of the Lord, one thing that they all got in common is the fear of the Lord.
Right.
That's why the scripture that you just brought out, if our gospel, meaning the good news is hid, it is hid to them that are lost. It is hid to them that don't have the fear of the Lord.
Right.
Because the ones that fear the Lord are not lost.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? We got the mysteries. We got the secrets. I'm going to bring it out one more time. Psalm chapter 25, verse 14. The secret, aka the mysteries of the Lord, Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushua, is with them that fear him, and he will show them his covenant.
Right. So we're able to see, what's going on with the baby sword. We're able to see the workings of how the MOB is getting ready to play out.
Right.
We're able to see through deception. We're able to see in the dark, man. All right?
Right.
You had something?
I can see clearly now the rain is gone. You know what I'm saying? We see clearly through the spirit he has.
Right.
This is Isaiah. To your earlier point, this is Isaiah chapter 29, verse 10. I'm sorry, 9. This is stay yourselves and wonder. Cry ye out and cry. They are drunken, but not with wine.
All right. So when it's scripted, just like it talks about in Habakkuk 2 and 4, it's not talking about the wine that you drink. It's talking about the philosophies of men.
Right.
Okay. These people are drunk with the traditions of men, the rhetoric, the jargon that Esau has pushed on them and shoved down their throat from birth. All right. That's why when we bring out the truth, which is the right way of thinking, people go through cognitive dissonance. They're like, "What are you talking about? That's not what I've been told my whole life."
Right.
And we say, "Hey, this is what the Lord says." Go ahead.
That's why going in with it. James 1 and 21 says, "Receiving meekness, then graft the word, which is able to save your soul."
Right.
You go into that word and graft it. It's pretty much bringing you back to being normal.
Right.
These people don't want to be normal. They're drinking off that wine. You know what I'm saying? That wine got them drunk.
They don't want to sober up.
Right.
Go ahead, brother. Read that one more time.
Yep, second time.
Yes.
It's Isaiah 29, verse 9. Stay yourselves and wonder. Cry ye out and cry. They are drunken, but not with wine. They stagger, but not with strong drink.
Yeah, man. So we went into that. They're going off the philosophies, off the ways of men. But we have to put off that old man and take on the new, like the scripture says.
That's right.
All right?
Jump down to 10.
Okay, good. Go ahead.
This is point. Verse 10. For the Lord hath poured out upon you the spirit of deep sleep, and have closed your eyes.
So again, the Lord chooses who comprehends this and who doesn't. Yahweh Shah is the one to open the door to your understanding. All right? So if this is something that the Lord has allowed you to comprehend and to get, man, you got to take this serious and nurture it. Because now this is something special. Not everybody gets to understand it. Not everybody gets to comprehend the prophecies that are written in this book.
Right.
To your earlier point, you said through this walk of he's met men who've been quote unquote in the Bible for 30 years, who've been preaching the Bible, going to theologian school, but they just can't get it. And why? It's ultimately the work of the Lord, man. You don't choose the Lord chooses you when you come into this thing, man. And if you have the true understanding.
Check out that precept proving that. Okay. Does you have some more to that?
Just one real good. It reads, the prophets and your rulers, the seers, have he covered.
Yeah.
Okay. No, I'm just going to bring out a precept that's proving that it's the Lord that blinded me.
Okay,
I mean, after you finish speaking or whatever.
Yeah, the seers have he covered. Right. Let me read that one more time for me.
Verse 10, Isaiah 29, verse 10, for the Lord hath poured out upon you the spirit of deep sleep.
Why would the Lord have, pour out deep sleep on certain people and then wake other people up? It all kind of really reverses back to judgment. You got to remember, a lot of they are the same spirits that said crucify him, that were killing the prophets. Some people, yes, some people he's preserved under judgment, man, even among our own nation.
Hey, look, man, and the scripture I got, man, running up with that.
Yeah.
You can't have one without the other, man.
Yeah.
The Old and New Testament, they go together, man. You can't say I believe in the Old Testament and not the New. You're a fool then.
Right.
Only a fool, you know what I'm saying? That's foolishness talk. Yeah. That's babbling right there, man. Because his precept in Isaiah goes right along with this Romans 11 that I'm going to bring out. You know what I'm saying? The Lord gave them the spirit of deep sleep, so we could be out here all day, man. We could be out here for the next 10 hours, bringing out all this good, breaking everything down clearly, but the Lord don't want them to get it. They ain't getting it,
That's why I always say a lot of foolishness of preaching.
Save them to believe.
Save them that don't.
Save them to believe.
Yeah.
That one.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking about. But you got go ahead.
Some more. That's it. Romans chapter 11, verse 7. What then? Israel have not obtained that which he seeketh for.
Yeah, Israel have not obtained that which he seeketh for. Everybody want to be, they want to figure this thing out. Why are we in the conditions that we're in? What's going on? Now, Jake gets into all these different books and all these different philosophies, but the one true way to understand it and salvation is this, man. The word of the Most High. Romans 11 and 7.
That's right.
All right? The election hath obtained it.
Right.
See?
It says the election have obtained it, but the election have obtained it, and the rest were blind.
Yeah. Again, going back to everybody's not going to comprehend this thing. And mistake that a lot of Jake make when we first come into the truth. We want to tell our granddaddy, our mama, we want to tell everybody, because we haven't come to the realization yet that we don't get the truth to do.
That's that zeal.
Yeah, that's that zeal.
I'm saying? Yeah. Zeal, but not according to knowledge. When you first come in, you got zeal, but it ain't according to knowledge. Right. Because once you get the knowledge, you're like, man, I shouldn't even you know what I mean? You shouldn't even went that route,
bro. Bring stress upon yourself.
Right. Oh, just a little bit more. Mm-hmm. It says, according as it is written, what we just read, what was written in the book of Isaiah, according as it is written, the Most High, Yahweh, have given them the spirit of slumber. So the Most High pretty much put the majority of our people to sleep. 2/3 of our people, Negroes, Latins, and Native Americans, the God of the Bible, Yahweh, put them to sleep, man. Put them straight to bed spiritually. Right. The pillow soaking wet spiritually, man. Slobbering, everything wet, right? Look, eyes that they should not see. And going right back to what you quoted, you know what I'm saying? That St. Matthew, the 13th chapter, verse 16, blessed are your eyes for they see, and your ears for they hear. It says, as according as it is written, the Most High have given them the spirit of slumber, eyes that they should not see, and ears that they should not hear until this day.
Right, man. So we could talk to somebody. Most people, you could talk to them, you could blue in the face. Right. They're simply not going to get it. But you got to remember the ratios that the Lord gave us. 2 Ezra 69, a wave compared unto a drop. Mm-hmm. This thing is it's not a lot of people. This is a select group. Yeah. But the kingdom of this world was made for many, but the kingdom comes for few.
Right.
You know, I want to read that precept I thought about earlier real quick. This 1 Corinthians 1:18. It says, "For the preaching of the cross to them that perish, foolishness. But unto us which are saved, it is the power of God." So there's some people, man, you could bring out the truth to them. No matter how you do it, they're not going to get it, man. Because the Lord put that spirit of sleep on you. You can't supersede what the Lord has done. You see?
Prime example.
Yeah.
Prime example. What you won't pass. You know what I'm saying? Lord gave him the spirit of dead sleep.
You can just see it on him.
See, when the elect and the hopeful elect gonna walk past and inquiring minds gonna want to know what the hell's going on.
Yeah.
Y'all out here in this damn high that sun with cameras. What are you wearing?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? What's going on? What are y'all reading?
Right.
You reading Bibles, inquiring minds want to know. But if you sleep, you know what I'm saying, you just let the headphones on, bobbing your head, you know what I'm saying? You're thinking about old girl down the block or wherever you're going, ice cream, you're thinking about whatever, man. But inquiring minds gonna want to know, the hopeful elect gonna want to know what the hell going on. Because the Lord has given them eyes to see and ears to hear.
And parable where they talk about searching through the streets for him whom our soul loves.
Right.
You know what I mean?
That's right.
That's how all of us we were searching, and when we came across this truth, it was like a drink of water, man. That you've been thirsty for a long time. It's like, refreshing.
Right. I got a precept for y'all. This back in 2 Corinthians chapter 4, I'm gonna read verse 4. It said, "In whom the God of this world have blinded the minds of them which believe not, lest the light of the glorious gospel of Hamashiach, who is the image of Yahweh, should shine unto them." Hey, yeah, because the Lord is using Esau, you know, to help blind the people out here too by many ways and different tactics. Even with using Israelites, by having them sell out, help blind other Israelites too, the undesirables that the Lord don't want. That's why you got people out here teaching watered down doctrines like John the Baptist fell out the truth, right, and the Lord don't know his own creation. Because the Lord don't want them the undesirables, right, that he have in the darkness. That he don't want them to see. Right. He don't want to give them the light. And they got others just following them. You know what I'm saying? Like the scriptures say, that the blind lead the blind. Mm-hmm. And they both should follow this business. You know what I'm saying?
And it also says the deceived and the deceiver are
here.
here.
There you go.
Yep.
There you go.
There's more to that number?
No,
I got one quick precept to add on to what you just read. This is Psalms chapter 31, verse 19. "Oh, how great is thy goodness, which thou hast laid up for them that fear thee." Right. I got it?
Yeah. How great is thy goodness, right? Read again.
It says Psalms chapter 31, verse 19. "Oh, how great is thy goodness, which thou hast laid up for them that fear thee."
And again, what I mentioned in the beginning of the video, that all those that are diligently seeking Yahweh Shem Yahweh, they have in common one thing, that fear. If you don't have fear, you can't have wisdom and understanding.
That's right.
And if you don't have wisdom and understanding, you're not going to have stability at that time.
Right.
All right? So when everything is the fan, man, you're not going to know what to do.
That's right.
Or have the strength in the spirit to do what you need.
No, I was just going to say, before shit hit the fan, they ain't going to know what to do. Like right about now, ain't nothing really hit the fan. They bugging the hell out now.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? They going crazy, man. People really offering themselves right about now. Like when the first pandemic first popped off, they had people actually jumping out of buildings, but they said you got to stay in the house for a couple of weeks. Yeah. People often jumping out of buildings like that building up there, man.
That show you how weak in spirit people can be.
Right.
You know what I mean? But us, we've been in the weight room spirit.
Right. We've been waiting anyway.
Every day.
We've been waiting anyway, you know what I'm saying? Oh yeah, we can't go outside for a couple of weeks. We'll get some lessons inside then.
Make more lessons.
Right. It says, "Which thou hast wrought for them that trust in thee before the sons of men." It says, "Thou shalt hide them in secret from the presence, from the pride of men." Yeah. Like the secrets of the Lord has been hidden from the prideful person. These people walking around with pride and all that. Pride go up before destruction. The Lord's not going to give his secrets, his mysteries to a person that's prideful.
And by the time they realize what they needed, it's going to be too late.
Right.
The Lord will have a family of the word coming to play. And we're seeing the makings of it happening every day. You know what I mean?
That's right, brother. We'll read it one more time. Psalms 31 and 20. "Thou shalt hide them." And then what we just read? We read 2 Corinthians 4 and 3.
Right.
If our gospel be hid, I read one, Nabal read one, Shawai read one. You know what I'm saying? I read another one. Yeah. You read one. Yeah. Proving that the Lord can hide his secrets from whoever he want to hide them from and give it to the man that fears him, you know? Yeah. "Thou shalt hide them in secret of thy presence from the pride of man. Thou shalt keep them secretly in a pavilion from the strife of tongues. Right? So pretty much the Lord ain't giving his secrets to every Tom, Dick, Harry, Larry, Curly, or Mo. You know what I'm saying? You got to be chosen to even get the secrets, man. Hey, it's like we have been called, right?
Right.
But we don't know if we of that chosen number, but you got to be chosen within the chosen to even receive the mysteries, man. Right. The Lord has the children, remember? I have chosen you, you have not chosen me.
Yeah. He said he chose the elect before the foundation of the earth.
This is a scary deal, too.
I might as well read that Matthew 13 that I made. Okay, all right.
See what I'm saying? That's the spirit right now all day. The Lord already know, man. You know, everybody up here is in sync with each other, man. Why? Because it's fear. Then the Lord put his spirit on us to be able to go through these scriptures, man. Out of his belly shall, he that believeth on me, as the scripture have said, out of his belly and his mind shall flow rivers of living water. We all
operate on the same frequency, right. The same network. That's why, you know, a brother can come from cross country and meet with a brother that have a whole different dialect, and they be on the same page.
Yeah.
No matter where we at, we on one accord.
That's right.
You know, we all speak the same thing, like it talks about in 1 Corinthians 1 and 10. Well, you know, most people in the world, they in complete disarray. They in unison in wickedness. We in unison in righteousness. You know what I'm saying?
We love what we do.
That's right.
Hey, this is Matthew chapter 13. I'm going to start at verse 9. It said, who has ears to hear, let him hear. And the disciples came and said unto him, why speakest thou unto them in parables?
Why are you speaking to them in a way that they might not understand? And that parabolic talking in a slang almost. Why you do that? You know they're not going to get what you're saying.
Right.
He answered and said unto them, because it is given unto you to know the mysteries of the kingdom of heaven.
They ain't dealing with all them.
Right.
I want all these niggas to get it.
Right.
They gonna be niggas whether I give them the truth or not.
That's right.
But for you, these are things I need you to know. You understand? It's given unto you to know the mysteries of the kingdom of heaven. This ain't given to everybody, right?
Right.
Go ahead.
That's why it's like it, bro. That's why when the scripture says, seek ye the Lord while he may be found, turn from your wickedness, so forth and so on, because a famine is coming.
Right.
Race wars, class wars, civil wars, destruction, all of this coming. Our people hear that, they go to a party. You know what I'm saying?
They just, okay, I hear
right, you know what I'm saying?
Since what did they say? Things continue as I got
Since the father's fell asleep.
Yeah, father's sleep, things continue as they were.
Right.
I gotta go get it. I go get it while y'all.
And you can't give this word to everybody. Because what the scripture says, cast not that pearls to swine.
Right.
Because you give it to them, what they gonna do? They're gonna trample them.
Yep. They're gonna make it seem like you the crazy.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? You bugged up. Especially if you tell them something according to the Bible that's gonna happen, and it don't happen for like 5-10 years. Yeah. Like they told, like Noah. Yep, going back to Noah. Noah warned the people for 120 years. This, that, and the third is gonna happen. Nah, Noah, you crazy, it ain't gonna happen. It ain't never rain. Let's say you know, Noah entered into the chamber, aka the ark. Let's say you know, whatever time period after that, it started raining. Then what?
Fattest raindrops you ever seen.
Right.
I got that precept that we mentioned 2 Peter 3:3. All right, it reads, knowing this first, that there shall come in the last days scoffers, walking after their own lusts, and saying, where is the promise of his coming? For since the fathers fell asleep, all things continue as they were from the beginning of creation. And that's what Jake think about. That's what he sees and hears when we say, hey, this place is getting ready to be destroyed. They say, okay, I hear you. And they keep it pushing.
That's right.
And they go continue to be an adulterer. They go continue to fill their lungs up with smoke. They go continue to lay with another man's woman.
Right.
They go continue to build their iniquity, man.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Celebrate these satanic days.
They start making parody videos of the men of the Lord teaching on how we in the Bible.
Yeah, thinking it's a joke.
Right.
Then wonder why they get cancer.
Right.
You know what I mean? All right. Oh, it's in Matthew 13, right?
Yeah. It's back in Matthew 13 and 11. He answered and said unto them, because it is given unto you to know the mysteries of the kingdom of heaven, but to them it is not given.
It is not given. Now you go read that in church, they'll say, well, they must be talking about something else. Right. No, it's not given to everybody.
Right.
It's you know, that's why when, you know, Christians or, you know, the apologetics, whatever they want to call themselves, they come up, we can bring out the most plainest scriptures and say, okay, what's this talking about? They'll have you can just see their brain flipping inside their head. They're trying to figure out a way they can push that wine inside the truth.
Right. It ain't talking about what you talking about.
Yeah.
I know that. I don't know what it's talking about, but I know it ain't talking about what you think it's talking about.
Well, show us the scripture then.
Right.
You know what I mean? And they can't do it.
But then if the Lord came and died for everybody, why wouldn't he give us mysteries to everybody?
Right.
That don't make
Man,
sense.
It's the milk scripture they'll bring out and you're like, okay, this clearly don't add up. You spend all that time in school learning about English and context clues and stuff like that, and being able to, well, they wouldn't say this and this is what it was, you know, come on.
Right.
Let's have some.
1 and 1 still equals 2. You know what I'm saying?
I remember they used to give us at the end of each quiz, they'll have like the critical thinking question.
Yeah.
But you had to actually think for yourself.
Right.
And Jake in school, man, they never got those questions right.
Right.
Well, you know, but when the Lord opens that door to understanding, it's like something just turns on in your spirit, man.
Right.
You're able to just read it and you're like, oh, that makes sense. That's plain.
That's right. So that's what that means. Okay.
Yeah.
Jake ain't got that. You know what I'm saying?
Especially these other nations, they don't have it at all.
Jake still popping spit bubbles with their mouth and shit. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
You know, stupid. You know what I'm saying? Was you reading something, bro?
No.
Didn't the comment go first? No, but do you have any more to that, bro?
No, that's it on that.
Go ahead.
This is Isaiah, chapter 6, start at verse 8. Also I heard the voice of the Lord, Yahweh Shemashah, saying, who shall I send, and who will go for us? Then said I, here am I, send me. And he said, go and tell this people.
And this was going on in the spiritual realm.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Before the apostles and the elders of Great Millstone and the brothers on down even hit the highways and byways. This is a council pretty much going on. There be councils going on up in the heavens, man. You know what I'm saying? We're going to go down there and do this. I go do it for you, Lord. You know what I'm saying? I need you to go do this. We're going to go do this. I do it, Lord. Just like that lion spirit. You know what I'm saying? The king.
Yep. Or even when Job was being tested.
Right.
You know?
Yep.
Permission had to be given. It was counsel on what could be done and what could not be done.
That's right.
You know what I mean? There's always counsels going on.
That's right.
There's order. And that's why we try to mirror that. Even with each of the camps, you know, we have a head. We have counsels on how we deal with certain situations. Yep. We do things decently and in order. See?
Oh, you would the scripture say where there's no counsel that the people pretty much fall?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? You pretty much fail without counsel, man.
Yeah.
So with the brother reading that, what's going on up in the heavens? What you gonna do before you even come down here? Like that, what it say, after death comes the judgment?
Right.
You know what I'm saying? You go up to the heavens, you hear the judgment, it's gonna be pronounced on you, you come down to earth, you play it out. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? If you go down there, you know what I'm saying, you're gonna be like 8 years old and you get your head clapped off. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. You come down here, 8 years old, you get your head clapped off. Yeah. You're gonna be 21 years old, you're gonna get pushed in front of a fucking 18-wheeler. You know what I'm saying? Yep. It's gonna crush the hell out of you. Or you gonna come down here when you get to 17, 18, I'm gonna give you the knowledge, we're gonna understand the Bible. You gonna go out there and teach, you know what I'm saying? Who shall go for us? That's what the scripture just said.
That's right. With Jeremiah, he told him, I ordained thee a prophet in the womb, right?
Right.
So before you get here, man, you give me your script to play out in the womb.
That's right, brother.
You give me your role in the movie already.
Right. That's a cut too. So anybody saying that the Lord don't know what you're gonna be before you come on the scene.
He told you what to be. Man, hey, Proverbs 20:24. Man's goings of the Lord. How can a man didn't understand his own way?
Right. Hey, the Lord bringing that cloud over us right about now.
Yeah, I hope so, yeah.
The Lord knows. I can feel some type of cloud coming over, you know what I'm saying? My head got feel kind of cool. You know? Yeah. So that's the Lord, man. Go ahead, brother.
It says, and he said, go and tell this people, hear ye indeed, but understand not. And see ye indeed, but perceive not.
So these people see us, they don't know what's going on. They hear the words that's going out of our mouth, but they can't perceive what is being said. It's not like a sense of urgency when they hear America's going to be destroyed. Get right with the God of the Bible, you know?
It's like a foreign language to them.
Right.
You know?
It's like calculus, right?
Yeah. It's something they're not used to seeing. But you can see the spirit on the people that this does resonate with because they run across it and they have a whole different countenance. They come up in a certain way. You can see they're sincerely troubled. They're, you know, they the same way we were, man. You know, I'm pretty sure each of the brothers, they went through their testimony about how they came into this truth, man. Yeah. You know, it's something, it shook them to the core of who they are. Mm-hmm. Because it was written in their script to get this thing.
That's right. Have they not heard? Yes, apparently they heard.
Yeah.
The sound went out throughout the four corners of the earth.
Yeah.
Pretty much every brother out here
The line
heard the
is
word
going
through the
out.
internet.
Right?
You know,
I'll go get that. The line is going out.
and then instantly that faith kicked in. You know what I'm saying? It says faith coming by hearing, right?
Yeah.
Only thing we had to do is hear the words that he had about Shemel Shai, spoken through his prophets, man, the apostles, the elders of great millstone. Then instantly, bro, that faith kicked in. Instantly, man. Just like he did with Noah, right?
That's right. That's right.
You can read that.
Noah heard the word and instantly Noah's faith kicked in. It
Yeah.
says, and then he moved with fear.
Yeah.
His faith kicked in, then he moved with fear. You don't, when you first hear this word, you don't start off having fear. You know what I'm saying? You don't come in with fear, man. When you watch your first video, ain't no fear there.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? You just watching the video. You know what I'm saying? Let's say you know that faith kick in.
Yeah.
You start believing, and then your fear start getting built up.
Right.
I'm gonna kill you if you don't do it. No, die. Ah! You know what I'm saying?
Because at first you was like, okay, well, that makes sense. And you
Right.
Just listening. And what caught me is when I was watching Apostle the Hard, he said, man, don't believe me. Go look it up for yourself.
Right.
So everything they were saying, I'm just like, man, okay.
Look it up.
Say that. Okay. And after a while, you're like, oh, this is true. And now that you know it's true, you say to yourself, okay, if the Lord doing all this,
Right.
what are you going to do to me? How,
I know that's
you know
right.
what I mean? You start, that's when that, like your brother said, and that faith became the fear.
That's right.
You know what I mean? That faith and works go hand in hand.
Right.
And you know that faith is going to be motivated a lot by the fear that you have for
That's
the Most
right.
High. So you know that it all kind of ties in together, man.
Fear is a motivator, though.
Yeah. So if you truly have faith, you're going to be motivated to do the things the Lord told you to do.
That's right.
That's why you can't have one without the other, right?
So,
get this,
Come,
yeah.
you got some more to that?
I got this
He got a little bit more of that.
Okay, my bad.
This is Isaiah chapter 6, verse 10. Make the heart of this people fast, and make their ears heavy, and shut their eyes, lest they see with their eyes.
Want some more to that other verse? Skip the verse. Who will go down for me? Go back up to that verse. Still holding that same scripture?
Yeah, this is Isaiah chapter 6, verse 8. Also, I heard the voice of the Lord, Yahweh Shai, saying, who shall I send, and who will go for us? Then said I, here am I, send me.
When the spirit stood up, like I go.
Yeah.
I go down there and speak the truth, Yahweh Shai. Let me be worthy to go down there. You know what I'm saying? Let me be worthy, yo. Let me be counted worthy to go down there and teach your gospel. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. This is a special job, so
No, you good.
this is a special job. This is the highest occupation a mortal man can have.
That's right.
Well, it don't look it, but truly it is.
That's right, bro.
The word, we use this word a lot, you know, the word ambassador. You know, when you look that word up, it says agent of the highest rank.
Right.
You know, so you're the representation of who sent you.
Right.
And you know, so we're the representation of Yahweh Shem Yahushai, man. The most important being, so like the brother said, by default, we got the highest position on the face of earth, not being prideful about it, but this is true. And we got the most important job on the face of the earth that anybody can have.
And going into how an ambassador operates, in ancient times, if a king sent somebody on his behalf, that nation or that party, they would treat that person as though it was the king himself, right? And if that wasn't the case, it was a sign of disrespect, or it could be even an act of war to treat the ambassador or a messenger a particular way. It was alluded to in the movie 300. When Leonidas kicked him in the hole, he was like, "You know what you're doing? You know what you get ready to, you know what I mean?
Start a war.
You get ready to start a war." So how is this kingdom treated the men of the Lord? They're waging war on the Most High by demonizing us, by coming at us in a particular way.
That's right.
Yeah.
I got proof of just proving it. Then we'll finish right off. This is Malachi chapter 2, verse 7. For the priest's lips, the ambassador, right?
Yeah.
For the priest's lips should keep knowledge, and they, the Israelites, should seek the law in his mouth, for he is the messenger of the Lord of hosts.
Yeah, man, this is always supposed to be in the forefront of your mind. We're the representation of the master of the universe here on the earth. So everything about us, you know, if somebody has the eyes to see, it should lead them to the door. If somebody's meant to get this thing and they run across you, everything about you should say,
That's right.
something about, you know what I mean? Something, you
Right.
know, everything about how you conduct yourself, how you speak, you don't even if you're not mentioning it,
Right.
the way you operate should move a person to be inquiring. You know what I mean? Because we're representatives of the Most High. So our mind is always supposed to be operating. If somebody get Ecclesiastes 39 and 1, occupied in prophecy.
Yeah. Yeah.
Is that
Yeah.
30?
So about 39.
Okay.
It's pretty much you're ignoring the words of the king.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Because the messenger was sent by the king. The king!
Yeah.
This thing, you're ignoring the words of the king. What it say? Where the word of a king is, there's power.
Yeah.
It's power, man. It's the word coming from the king.
Yeah.
The king of kings, man. And you don't want to take heed to it? What you think your end all going to be, you know?
The words we speak has the king's seal on it.
Right, yep.
You know what I mean? And y'all mom in Dallas, man, they went into that lesson with
Signet.
Yeah, the signet.
Right.
Yeah. So the words that we're speaking has how about Shemi Hawashai seal on it.
Mm-hmm.
So this is something of the gravest importance.
That's right, brother.
Yeah, appreciate that. This 1 Corinthians. 1 Corinthians. 1 Corinthians 3 and 16. It says, "Know ye not that you are the temple of Yahweh,
Right.
and that the Spirit of Yahweh dwelleth in you? If any man defile the temple of Yahweh, him shall Yahweh destroy. For the temple of Yahweh is holy, which temple ye are."
Yeah.
You know.
So you're not your own. Your property. We're property of the Most High. You know what I mean? You go get a rental from the car place. You ain't just go do it any kind of way. Because you know that's your ass if there's something was wrong with it.
Right.
How much more so your soul, man, yourself. We're not our own. We have to operate in a particular fashion, unless we risk the ultimate judgment, man. Because those that know the truth and blatantly go against it, the scripture say they're gonna receive twice as many
Right.
stripes.
Many stripes.
Yeah.
I got a precept. Did you finish with that number?
Yeah, I'm doing
This is a quick one, right quick. Remember High Priest Ababilis came?
Yep.
He came, you know what I'm saying, to be the forerunner, you know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? Because it was John the Baptist,
John the
he
Baptist.
could receive it, the forerunner for Lord Yahweh Shai, you know
But
what
he
I'm
wasn't
saying?
in the truth, apparently.
Right, yeah. That's a lot of guys gonna die saying that though, right there.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? You know, even Lord Yahweh Shai, the Heavenly Father, says there's no greater prophet than John the Baptist, man. Besides
all
the
the
son,
men
of
born
course.
all the men born of women is no greater.
Right, you know what I'm saying? You saw this man wanting the truth, man. You know what I'm saying? This man was bugged out or whatever nonsense they created, you know what I'm saying? They feeble mind. That's the Lord though, deceiving them though. Remember the Lord said, that man that's spoken on deceptiveness, just roughly paraphrasing, I the Lord have deceived that man. The Lord deceived those false prophets coming out with that nonsense, man.
Right.
It's Ezekiel the 14th chapter. You know what I'm saying? Some brothers want to get it. Yeah, go ahead.
You had Malachi 2 and 7.
Yeah.
And I believe, if I'm not mistaken, verse 8 down, it speaks about men just like that. It will cause our people to stumble.
Right.
If I'm not mistaken,
Yeah,
I can't remember. Yeah.
Yeah, you read it?
Yeah, come on.
Malachi chapter 2, verse 8. But ye are departed out of the way. Ye have caused many to stumble at the law.
And that's what the brothers are speaking of. You got brothers out here that are scattering the flock, man, scattering the sheep. Talking about certain men, talking about Paul wasn't an apostle.
Right.
Paul and John the Baptist wasn't a man of the Lord.
Right.
Man. So what are you going to disregard everything that they said in the scriptures?
Right. It ain't the truth no more.
Right.
Tell us why King Solomon had the mark of the beast. I mean the MOB. You know, they've been picking out through the. That's how you know the men of the Lord are speaking the truth according to the Bible, man. I read that last part of that though. It says, "Ye have corrupted the covenant of Levi, said the Lord of hosts." The Lord made all the 12 tribes of Israel, the men, you know what I'm saying, priests now. You know what I'm saying? Elect men out of Israel, made them priests. So it ain't just the Levites that's corrupting the words that you have about Shemi Hawashai. You got men of Judah, Benjamin, Levi, Ephraim, you know what I'm saying, Issachar. Look at Negroes, Latin, and Native Americans, man, are corrupting the words that you have about Shemi Hawashai. You're going to get dealt with, man. Yeah. So I'm going to read this right quick, and then we'll read on. He's laying back in our will, not by just read. This is Malachi chapter 3, verse 1. Behold, I will send my messenger. It's the Heavenly Father speaking, man. He sends messengers. What it say? Show that the Lord power would do nothing. But the Lord ain't coming down here telling you nothing, man. The Lord ain't coming down here breaking St. John, you know what I'm saying, the 5th chapter down. You know what I'm saying, bro? Yeah, but you know what I'm saying, coming down here breaking Daniel's 11th chapter down, man. You gonna send for his messengers, man.
Understand is what thou readest.
Right.
How can I accept some man's God?
Right. So the Lord will send his messengers, man. Behold, which means to look. I will send my messenger, and he shall prepare the way before me. Before the Lord come, you got men out here on the highways and byways telling you what's going to happen before he come. Right. Giving you the instructions of wisdom, man. What to do and what not to do according to the Bible, not our own words.
Which is going to leave them without excuse.
Right. And it's going to lead us to salvation, because I quoted it earlier. Receive with meekness, James 1:21, receive with meekness the engrafted word, which is able to save your soul. These words are literally able to save our souls if we take heed to them, man. But once again, the Lord got to put you onto it, the Lord got to put you on game, right?
And that's why we say, man, all the social media gurus or all the people that everybody wants, the Kevin Samuels, whatever they are, they don't have the answers. Right. They don't have the answer on how to receive everlasting life.
Right. Right. Plus, they ain't doing nothing, no saying. They really biters. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? They really biters, yo. They regurgitate what they have heard from us.
They sampling this new song.
Right, yeah. Yeah, it's sampling, man. I mean, it says, and he, a man, you know, all the messages of the Lord was men. Yep. All the prophets was men. And he shall prepare the way before me. And the Lord whom ye seek shall suddenly come to his temple. Even the messenger of the covenant, whom ye delight in. Behold, he shall come, saith the Lord of hosts. So the Lord is going to send forth his men before he comes. And he said, your teachers shall not be removed into the corner anymore. Your eyes shall see your teachers, man. Yeah. You're going to see your teachers. We know who our teachers are. Right. The apostles and elders of Great Millstone, man. The elder bishops, man. Those are our teachers, man. Bar none, man. What do you think the Lord going to always say after they come out of the grave? You know what I'm saying? Out of caskets and shit. These teachers, man. Teachers everything all over again right now, man. The teachers are here, man.
To land back on what the brother said, the Lord always has a specific order he does things.
Right.
Before he destroys a place, he sends his men to warn
the place.
All right? He always does that. That's what he did with Jonah.
That's right.
Okay? So right now, that's happening again. And again, just like in Jonah's time.
Right.
These people aren't listening.
Jonah, Lot, Noah, Jeremiah, everybody, man. Us, the apostles, the elder bishops, down to brothers like us, newly brothers like us too.
Yeah.
The Lord sent us, them saying, to warn these people in this city. Or the city that brother in. Or the city that you in, you want, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Warning people right before that great and dreadful day. Did they not hear what the scripture say, man? He gonna give them warning before that great and dreadful day comes.
Kazak put up Jeremiah 3:15. He says, and I will give you pastors according to mine heart, which shall feed you with the knowledge and understanding. Yeah. So that's, again, laying back on what we said, that's what's going on. To those that are going to receive this and are going to be saved, they're getting fed.
Right.
To the others, man, this is just as a pretty song. But it's not something that they're using to be the catalyst for change, to be operating in a different fashion.
Yeah, I was just gonna add on to what you're saying, because these people look like they like malnutrition. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? They ain't getting no protein, they ain't getting no calcium, no iron. That's what the scriptures is. There's no water, no milk, no meat. They ain't getting nothing, man. They out here dehydrated and everything.
Dry bones, man.
Right.
It's like a feed the children commercial.
Every weekend, bro.
Right. That's what they look like, man.
Sitting there with flies there all over their lip, you know what I'm saying? Right.
A busted water pipe.
That's right.
But how's the Lord gonna send his messengers if he don't know who they are?
Right.
See what I'm saying?
Right.
People be making stupid and dumb statements, man. He said he's gonna send you pastors according to my heart and my mind. So how you gonna do that if he don't know?
Right.
That's crazy. That would be a crazy thing to say.
Right.
You know what I mean? It's like it don't add up with what the Lord said.
But the scripture say, if you can answer your neighbor, then answer your neighbor. Yeah. If you ain't got the answer, then put your hand over your mouth. You know, it's not a bad thing to say you don't know. If you don't know, you don't know. Jake in a world, you know what I'm saying, full of lies, to where they've been talking so many lies to where they don't even know how to either say they don't know the answers to certain things. Everybody, it's a know-it-all generation. They don't know nothing.
People
you know,
winging it.
Right.
People just winging it, man. I made a statement at work the other day. Damn, nigga woman said, "Oh, that's not right." And then she thought about it. She said, "Oh, that does make sense." Her natural reaction was to act like she knew something and she didn't know a damn thing.
True.
Like,
True.
I just sat there and shook my head. Like,
that's those people that can't be taught though.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? You can't teach people like that.
In my head, I was like, her natural reaction was to act like she knew something. She really didn't know.
Right. She just didn't want you to be right period.
Mm-hmm. It's just like, okay.
You're a man.
Right.
You're a man. You know what I'm saying?
Oh my goodness.
Nakam, finish that last bit you had on. Yeah, either not about Shawai. I got something. Keep on rolling, man.
Yeah.
This is our job. This is the job of a prophet, man.
Yeah.
To come out here, man,
Two or three
are gathered. The Lord is in the midst, man. Look, man. Hey, look. We have a church. The church is the internet. You know what I'm saying? You got mad brothers over there, mad brothers over here,
40 brothers here,
mad brothers,
10 brothers here.
Look,
Yeah.
man, nobody ain't got to take heed to this word, man.
Yeah.
This word is only for a few.
Right.
Many are called, few are chosen. What it say? I have created many, but few shall be saved, man. Right. So I mean, we don't care if nobody don't ask no questions or what are y'all doing, what you guys doing. Yeah. It don't matter no more, man.
We dealing with a power. We dealing with a power, right? That never deals with big numbers.
Right.
With Noah, he said 8 people.
Right.
Lot, he said Lot has 2 daughters.
Right.
You know what I mean? Somebody get on 2nd Ezra 9 and okay. Second Ezra 9 and 15.
Yep. And then you grab 2nd Ezra 8. You like that?
Yeah, I got that. That's what I was on.
Okay.
Yeah, which one, 15?
Let him get one on though.
Okay, 9 and 15. That's all one. It's 15 and 16.
This is 2nd Ezra chapter 9, verse 15. I have said before, and now do speak, and will speak it also hereafter, that there be many more of them which perish.
There be many more of them which perish. Than what?
Than of them which shall be saved.
But everybody in the world say, I'm saved by the blood of Jesus. Bullshit. You know what I mean? That ain't what the scriptures say. Many more of them that perish than of them that shall be saved. And he's gonna give you a better analogy of the ratio. Keep reading.
Verse 16, like as a wave is greater than a drop.
Now a wave could flood a coastline, destroy
Right.
a city. Can completely set a place back. A drop of water may fall, a drop of rain can fall right now. And most people wouldn't even know what happened.
Right.
That is the ratio the Lord just gave you. It's going to seem like nobody's being saved. Okay,
Right.
but there's going to be a very small remnant of Israel that's going to make it, man. That's going to pull through. And that's something that when you do the math, if you're a mathematical person, okay, you got to think to yourself, well, damn, what do I got to do how hard do I got to be going for the Most High to be a part of that small number? There's a bunch of people that know they're Israelites.
Right.
Doesn't mean they're all being Israelites.
Right.
Right? It's the difference between knowing and being.
Yeah, that's right, brother.
And the scriptures say what? The righteous shall scarcely be saved.
Mm-hmm.
And if the righteous scarcely be saved, where shall the ungodly and the sinner be?
Right. You got your other bro? I got a precept. Yeah, 2nd Ezra 8.
The 2nd Ezra said the 8.
Read up a little bit so the camera can.
The 2nd Ezra said the 8, verse 3.
Right.
There be many created, but few shall be saved.
Yeah. Many created, but few shall be saved.
Well, few shall be saved. That means nobody ain't saved yet. Hold on now. The Bible is you sure that's the Bible?
It definitely is.
I mean, you got everybody walking around telling they saved and they covered by the blood already.
Yep,
But then you got the Heavenly Father speaking here through the prophet, saying, a whole lot of people got created, but few shall be saved. When you say shall, that means it ain't happened yet.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So somebody lying.
Amagawan has not taken place.
Right.
We had a lady come up last week, 2 older women in Myrtle Beach. And she walked by, she said, you need to speak life. Because we were talking about the judgment that's getting ready to take place. Did you see that? She said, you guys need to speak life.
I didn't see it.
You know, she was halfway drunk, older woman. But we are speaking life. We're telling you, hey, if you don't get your stuff together, you're going to partake in this judgment.
Right.
This is how you evade it. Okay, we can't, nobody can stop the fact that the destruction of this place is going to happen. But you can pursue the Lord if the Lord has chosen you to, and then we're doing our job. We're lifting our voice up like a trumpet, man.
I got a precept about the life. This is St. John chapter 14, verse 6. Yahweh shall say unto him, I am the way, the truth, and the life.
Yeah.
We're not speaking life.
But we're not speaking life.
We're speaking death, huh? Come on,
yeah.
man.
Well, she said that because when she walked by, she didn't hear that same old prosperity doctrine that she's been hearing her whole damn life.
She didn't hear God bless the word, right?
Yeah, he got a blessing with your name on it. She didn't hear that, so now we're not speaking life.
Right. It says, no man coming unto the Father but by me. And I got a precept, you know what I'm saying? Read it again in the comments.
The 2nd Ezra said the 8, verse 3. 2nd Ezra said the 8, verse 3. There be many created, but few should be saved.
There you go. There you go. Oops. I did it again. I did. The Lord, man, hey, look, man, this is boss talk too. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Everybody can't say that, man.
Yeah.
Everybody can't say many are created, but few shall be saved.
Right.
Only a boss can say that, man.
Right.
The Heavenly Father, Yahweh, Shai's only begotten Son, can say that, man. We can't say that.
Yeah.
When we say it, we're just reading what they say.
Yeah.
That's all.
We quote.
And look, even a precept disapproved what he just read. This is Jeremiah chapter 25, verse 33. The slain of the Lord, not the love, not hugs, not kisses, juju beans, Snicker bars, or whatever you get out there. You know what I mean? And the slain of the Lord shall be in that day from one end of the earth even until the other end of the earth. A whole lot of people gonna die. Just to sum it up in a nutshell. To make a long story short, the Lord can do a whole lot of killing, man.
Yeah.
So are you still saying you're covered by the blood?
Yeah.
You say, Lord willing, I'm covered by the blood.
Yeah.
It says, until the other end of the earth, they shall not be lamented. You ain't gonna have a chance to even cry for these people the Lord is gonna kill. You know?
There's gonna be so much chaos and darkness going. It's gonna be constant peril happening.
Right.
Like it talks about in Amos 5.
That's right. It says, they shall not be lamented, neither gathered nor buried. They shall be dung upon the ground.
The time of complete disarray.
Right.
You know what I mean? Where you ever been in the midst of chaos where you can't even really think straight?
Right.
That's how it's gonna be for you people that don't have the wisdom and knowledge.
That's right.
But for us, in the midst of all that chaos, in the midst of lawlessness, the shortage of food, war going on, people doing whatever in the streets, you know, all that happening, the men of the Lord are gonna be completely composed.
That's right.
If you ever, whatever sport you like, if you pick the greatest person in that sport, you say, well, he's the greatest. They had a different level of composure. Whenever things got hard, they were calm. Because they held calm and they were confident. All right? We're going to be confident.
That's right.
Why? But confidence comes from the work that you put in, the time you
Right.
give it something. And all the brothers up here, all day, what are we thinking about? What are we reading into? So when those things happen, man, we're going to have the faith that, hey, you know what? The Lord going to get me through this.
Yep.
You people aren't going to have that confidence or composure.
Yeah, because that's where the word confidence goes back to, faith.
Yeah.
Confidence with faith. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So the men with the faith are going to be confident in that day.
Yeah.
They ain't going to be bugging the hell out. Like these people, you can actually picture these people bugging the hell out, man.
Yep.
You can see it, man.
You gave an example earlier.
And last week, was the week before last week, people bugged out over the gas.
Yeah.
Lost their damn mind.
Yeah.
People spitting on each other. Get out of line.
Yep.
Shit, you're 3 cars behind me. I don't give a damn. Get out of line now. I want your spot. Spitting on people. People getting out, ripping women wigs off and all that shit, man. It went down last couple of weeks ago, man.
Hey, man, something that small, something that wasn't even a life or death situation.
Yeah.
But they made it in life.
Right.
Yeah.
You know, bro.
Something that really wasn't. What about when it really does become life or death
Right.
situation? These people gonna show that they,
Right.
these devils gonna show themselves devils, and Jake ain't gonna know what the hell to do.
Yep.
It's gonna be worse than any movie that you could picture. That's why Matthew 24 and 21 it says what? I'll go get it.
And that's,
I appreciate that, y'all.
I was just gonna say that's why when the scriptures say they shall be invading one another's crib, it
Yeah,
ain't far fetched.
yeah.
You can see it's getting ready to happen,
You
man.
can see it happening, man. We're seeing it's like baby steps, all pointing towards that conclusion.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? The Lord will show us little instances. Like, look how you people responded with the gas.
Right.
Look how I responded with toilet paper.
Right.
Look at it, hey,
Oh, hand sanitizer.
hand sanitizer.
We're gonna smack each other down in the damn aisle. I'm saying hand sanitizer.
He
I'm
said,
saying,
no, it's mine, we'll bring it back. Okay, then the Lord brings a pestle. He said, okay, now I'm gonna make it to where they gotta choose if they're gonna do this or that. So now we all have a feel for the people around us in our everyday life. We're gonna get down with MOB.
Yep.
If they did this, they definitely gonna do that.
I know that's right.
You know? So everybody's being revealed in this time. You have it? You have it? Oh, you have it.
Yeah,
Something.
I appreciate
Okay.
it. Back y'all up. In 2 Peter chapter 2, verse 9,
Yeah.
it says, the Lord knows how to deliver the godly out of temptation and to reserve the unjust until the day of judgment to be punished. So like brothers going into, the Lord has given us clues through his word.
Right.
To understand the times that's going on and what the trouble that we're about to come to. You know what I'm saying? Everybody don't understand or is given the knowledge of the clues of the scriptures that the Lord given us. So it's a special thing. See what I'm saying? So if you understand this, cherish it.
That's right.
This is the guideline to what? Safety. Everybody don't have this Because when this C-19 first took off,
Right.
everybody lost their damn mind.
Yeah.
You still see it now. They got masks on in their car,
Right.
with surgical gloves on, smoking cigarettes,
Right.
with hairnets on, and bags over their windshield.
Oh,
See what I'm saying? They trust this government more than they do the Lord.
right.
Faithless.
There you go.
They're faithless, man.
There you go.
Right.
There you go. But the Lord has given us the blueprint to understand the time that's taking place, so we understand what's going on and prepare ourselves. See, that's the pavilion.
You got a little picture of blue right there.
That's the pavilion.
But through getting that understanding, well, we're also comforted, man.
That's right.
We get comfort as well because, you know, okay, these are the instructions to where I can get through this time. I'm going to do this to the best of my ability. So, you know, we're prepared mentally for what's getting ready to happen. And we know that the Lord has never had the righteous forsaken. And Lord willing, we have some hope that we're a part of that deal because you know that, hey, I'm doing this every day. I'm working harder and I ain't perfect, but you know what I mean?
Right.
Striving.
I'm striving. They don't have a shot in hell in the world.
Lord, I messed up yesterday. I know I can do better today.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? That's
Right.
what the Lord want to hear, man.
Yeah.
That's what the Lord always wanted to hear from Israel. I
Yeah.
messed up yesterday, but Lord, if you put the Spirit on me, look, I can do better tomorrow. You know what I'm
Right.
saying? Israel wanted to keep being rebellious, though, man.
Right.
They didn't want to seek the Lord. They want to seek some nonsense. So I got a precept. Whenever you finish making your statement.
Yeah, with children, just to land back on what you
Right.
said. When your child comes to you and says, you know, my bad, Dad. My little man, he be like, my bad. When he acknowledges that he did wrong and he's getting ready to try, I have so much more patience with him.
Right.
I'm more willing to work with him. But you know, if he on some BS where I'm just like, I know I just told you.
I
that,
know
but
that's right.
It's a different reaction. But we come back to the Lord with that sorrowful heart, knowing that we've done wrong.
That's right, brother.
You know, wanting to get closer and please our Father. So, you know, the Lord's gonna have more patience with those that are doing that.
Right.
Than somebody that's just willy-nilly in the world.
And we thankful that the Lord even gave us a chance
Yeah.
to make it right.
That's right, brother. Yep.
Because he ain't have to
That's
at
right.
all.
Right.
He ain't have to, he damn sure ain't got to.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And look, and that's the spirit of the Lord. The Lord put his spirit on us to acknowledge that.
Yeah.
Everybody don't acknowledge that. You got some more of that now, Bob? Just a quick precept, Hosea chapter 12, verse 13. And by a prophet, the Lord brought Israel out of Egypt. So you gotta take heed to the men the Lord set up. You know what I'm saying? You gonna have to, man. That's like the Lord, that's the way the Lord brings you back to him, through his servant. You know what I'm saying? The prophet, right? It says, by a prophet, the Lord brought Israel out of Egypt. And by a prophet was he preserved. You know what I'm saying? So don't take heed to the men of the Lord out here on the highways and byways. You're not going to be preserved, man. You're not going to be taken care of during these perilous times. We're living in some perilous times, man. All kind of job losses. There's a lot of people homeless, man. Shit, saw them homeless people yesterday, bro. They been coming down here yesterday. Yeah. There's all kind of homeless people in the park, man. We're just in the park, man. The place through, bro. The place through, man. You know what I'm saying? And you ain't seeking the Lord. Our people don't want to be preserved, though, bro.
They don't want to hearken unto the Lord's counsel, Proverbs 1. But I'm going to read this Amos 3 and 7. It says, surely the Lord God will do nothing.
Right.
But he revealed his secret unto his servants, the prophets. Man, that's why even in ancient times, when Samuel came to town,
Right.
everybody was shook.
Yeah.
Because they knew that the Lord was getting ready to say something.
Right.
When we come now, people just like,
those
you know, they was being wicked back then, but at least they had sense to know that the men of the Lord were the Lord's voice in the earth.
Right. It says on the highways and byways today, those three guys that be out here every Saturday, they got 2 new guys with them. They keep fucking walking. It's all good.
But you know what? When it really start popping off out here, it's gonna be a period of time where people are afraid.
Yeah.
It's gonna be a period of time where people are gonna be like,
I know that's right,
Yeah.
bro.
It's really starting to happen now.
yeah,
Real.
Yeah.
A lot of people don't have the answers and they're seeking answers.
yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
That's why you seeing all these life coaches pop up. But that ain't enough.
Right.
You know what I mean? That ain't enough. They're telling you how to make it in a place that's spiraling and circling the drain.
Right.
We're telling you, hey, there's a new kingdom getting ready to be set up. This is how you receive everlasting life. Because a lot of death is getting ready to happen.
I must be allowed to read this once you finish
Yeah,
making your
that's
statement,
it.
bro.
That's it. You got it.
This is 2 Chronicles, chapter 20, verse 20. And they rose early in the morning and went forth into the wilderness of Tekoa. And as they went forth, Jehoshaphat, prophet of the Lord,
Right?
you know what I'm saying, that everybody was trying to ignore,
Yeah.
stood and said, hear me, O Judah, and ye inhabitants of Jerusalem. Believe in the Lord your power, and ye shall be established. Believe his prophets, so shall ye prosper. So you're not going to prosper, you know what I'm saying, not listening to the men of the Lord.
Disrespecting
Right.
ambassadors.
They ain't talking about prospering, having, I'm saying, big mansion and all that. No, man. It's talking about prospering in the knowledge and understanding of the scriptures and being stable in these times.
Right.
Look, trust in the Lord, look, and believe his prophets.
Right.
Not every prophet, but his prophets. You got a whole lot of false prophets out here, bro, lying like hell. And look, they got a mass following, bro.
Mass following.
The Lord said, believe my prophets, and you shall prosper. Look, follow me through them. You know what I'm saying?
Right. And I
Follow me.
Yeah. Hey, money is not gonna save you when
Right.
that little pistol or whatever, your little gun collection, not gonna save you when everything hits the fan.
Right.
Okay? Jake thinks they think they can deliver themselves.
Right.
They don't realize the magnitude of the destruction and judgment that's about to take place.
I gotta push that back you up. This 1 Peter chapter 4, verse 7. It said, but the end of all things is at hand. Be ye therefore sober and watch unto prayer.
Yeah. Sober up. Let go of that bullshit wine that you've been drunk over your whole life. Because something is a great change is getting ready to happen. A transition of power. Okay? You can either be a part of it, that great change on the right side, or you could be a part of the destruction that's going to take place.
Right.
This is life, what we're telling you.
All right.
Since you said that, I'm going to jump over.
The brother said the end is at hand.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
The Lord letting us know, it says, including man perceive the evil and hides himself.
Right.
But the simple pass on and are punished, man.
Yeah.
You don't take heed to this word, you're going to be punished, Israel. Negroes, Latins, and Native Americans, if you don't take heed to this word, the words that you have, but according to the Bible, you will feel some heat.
Right. You leave your father's house, follow your father's rules.
Right.
Or some discipline gonna happen. Right. It's gonna be what they say. It's gonna be consequences and repercussions.
That's right, brother.
Right?
Well, since you said that,
Yeah.
in 1 Peter 3:17,
Yeah.
for it is better if the will of Yahweh be so, that you suffer for well doing than for evil doing.
Right. So we suffer but for a moment here on this side, but we're building our riches up in the kingdom of heaven so that we can enjoy the full, we can actually live. Okay, right now we're living in our hell.
Right.
But we're gonna get to enjoy, all the gifts that the Lord is gonna give us in the kingdom to its fullness. There's nothing that you can receive in this world from this devil that's gonna measure up to the smaller things that we're gonna receive in the kingdom, man. There's things that we can't even fathom or even think about that we're gonna enjoy and want that we don't even know we want right now.
Right. Yep. Yeah, eyes have not seen, ears have not heard.
Right. Spot on.
Who knows what a peace of mind is like?
Right.
Not me. I really don't know.
Who really knows what rest feels like?
Right.
Fresh water.
Yeah.
And these are just the small things.
Food ain't even food. We haven't really tasted real food.
Since we've been on the earth this time.
It's crazy, right?
Well, Sleazy E, when he came, not trying to cut you off the wall. As soon as Sleazy E came over here, he tainted the water already. For Gad and them, he poisoned the water, yo. So we've been drinking poison water since we've been over here, bro.
Been over here.
Before the Southern tribe, Southern Kingdom came over here, the water was already polluted, bro. You know what I'm saying? So soon we got that slave ship, the water ain't been clear since. Yeah, you didn't run into some creeks to where you could drink the water a little bit, but it was still tainted though. Right. You know what I'm saying? So how much more now, man?
Yeah.
It's true, man. We need the Lord, man.
There's certain beaches in certain parts of the world where you can see all the way down to the bottom. You can put your feet in, you can see your toes in detail in the water.
Right.
You can't do that here.
Hell no.
Why? Because what? They overfishing at the bottom feeders.
Right.
So now there's the Lord's natural chlorine they put in the water ain't able to do its job.
Right.
Everything's out of whack. We can't experience the earth the way it was intended for us to experience it.
Micah 2:10.
Right.
Not our rest.
Yeah.
Don't get comfortable. Woe to them that are at ease in Zion.
Yeah.
And trust in the mountain of Samaria.
Yeah.
To the place where they came, roughly paraphrasing. We came in for punishment, man. We ain't come in for a luxurious life.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying, bro? Jake tripping, man.
Jake get a decent station here in captivity, and he's content with that.
Right.
Jake has the same mindset that the devil basically has, because he thinks this place is going to continue on forever.
Right.
And he wants his kingdom to continue on forever.
Don't it all?
They can't even fathom anything else.
Right.
This is heaven to them.
Right.
Yeah, correct. Yes, sir.
You had something to come? Bring it up, brother.
Brothers one time, Mike and all that.
Yeah.
This is St. John chapter 10, verse 10.
Yep.
The thief coming not, but for to steal, to kill, and destroy. You know, and at the end of the day, we know who the thief is. The thief is he, the so-called white man. You know, that's right. You know, and they came, they stole. You know, they stole this land from the Native Americans. Right? You know, they stole us from West Coast of Africa. Right over here.
Portugal, whoever was scattered.
That's right. It says to steal, kill, which kill goes into murder. You know, constant murder, so-called Negroes, Latin Americans in the streets. It says in destroying the whole earth right upon it. It says,
so why invest then? You know what I'm saying? So why invest? So why invest in something that's being destroyed, man?
Right.
You know, you got Jake. Remember, Jake just moved out to Atlanta. You know what I'm saying? Georgia, wherever they at out there, it's hot as hell in Atlanta right about now. You think it's hot here? It's hot as hell in Atlanta. All those mosquitoes. But you out there in the woods, it's on have my mansion at what? This man about to come in like a flood, Joe. The enemy about to come in like a flood, Joe. Steal everything, burn all your friends and everything. Man.
They don't get slaughtered and they ain't even gonna put it on the news.
Right, yeah. They deep down in the woods with nobody ain't that. You know what I'm saying?
It's gonna be an isolated incident.
Trying to build a community in hell. You know what I'm saying?
And the devil's punch bowl gonna happen all over again.
Yeah, they gonna kill them and hide it like they did in Jake in Louisiana.
Yeah.
Yep. You just setting yourself up for a nightmare.
Oh yeah, since the people that seek unto that false prophet, they're going to be destroyed too. Right. So you got the false prophets and then you got their followers all trying to move to a certain community. This man got satellites on everything y'all do, man. This man watching everything y'all do, man. You see right, y'all probably ain't got them houses up there either. Y'all probably got the frame up right now. You know what I'm saying? Then that sipping some wine that y'all gotta bring from another state so we can have a good time. First of all, they're gonna I remember Elder Manassas out buying the group or whatever. They said, oh yeah, you ain't gotta be down when we down with. When we build our house, when we build our vineyard, we're gonna bring some wine to you to South Carolina. What? So you thinking that far ahead of time, you know what I'm saying? So you pretty much saying what you're gonna be doing in the next 50 years, right?
Yeah.
Look, you wanna make the Lord laugh, tell him what you're gonna do today. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Tell him what you're gonna do today, man.
They wanna establish something, and that's a red flag for anybody that's trying to figure out who should I listen to.
Right.
Who should I learn from? It's a red flag if the man of the Lord, the so-called man of the Lord you want to listen to, is trying to establish something in this kingdom, knowing it's going to be destroyed. Mm-hmm. Okay, we're here to prophesy against this kingdom of evil, war, and pestilence. Evil. Not to be for it, okay? So you got to think, man. If the Lord gives you so many boxes to check to decipher who's who.
Right.
We know the wicked are going to be doing particular things. We know the righteous, the men of the Lord, they're going to be operating and doing particular things. So, you know, it's all in the scriptures, man.
Oh, yeah, finish that off with the bottom part?
It said, I am come that they might have life.
So we ain't going to actually know how to truly experience life until the Lord comes.
Right.
We can't say we have lived yet until the Lord comes, man. We ain't lived yet, man. You know what I'm saying? Go ahead, my bro. Right. Shit, ain't none of us got no healthy body. Right. You might be looking healthy. I don't mean you healthy. Weak as hell. Yeah. Shit, deteriorate by the second. Come on, man. All of us pretty much flew out here, man. Sick and soft. I know, right, bro? That's why I'm like this. Yeah. Hey, you know what I'm saying? Give out, you know what I'm saying? Something like this. Moving the motherfucker. Bring some, letting the blood flow. You know what I'm saying? We flew out here, man, with our Lord Yahweh shot, man. So that's that wine right there, bro. You think he'll Arab or something, Muslim or something.
Yeah, he the dude off on, what's the Aladdin? Yeah. He got the Aladdin.
Look though, at least Aladdin suit was one piece. Yeah. He got slits.
He got slits on his thighs.
Yeah, like a woman's skirt, man.
And then he got on the collar for you know what I'm saying, bro? You know what I'm saying?
Praying out the car.
Right. You know? Yeah, that shit right there some boy young shit, right? Jake going out here, man. Off that wine, man.
We were reading, what was it, Corinthians, to the God of this world got them blind?
Yeah.
Yeah, cool, bro. Aladdin. A Negro Aladdin, you know what I'm saying?
Wish I could have got his ass on camera. That's how
you think that shit was funny. I ain't know what you was looking at, yo. So I turned around. You know what I'm saying? That's why we got to most definitely thank the Lord. Yeah. That could be us.
That could be us.
Bald ass head, looking like Aladdin, skipping down the street. You know what I'm saying, bro? You know he eating a ball with
a bedazzled vest on.
Right. All red. He had that feminine woman color red. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
He had no manly red. You know what I'm saying? Like the color shirt. Yeah. That's a manly red right there. The color book bag. He had feminine woman color red.
That was fuchsia.
Yeah. Fuchsia, orange, and red. You know
what Jay-Z said, he said, this is mauve, bro.
Right. Right. Said it won't pink, right?
Yeah.
Jake gone,
Man, this place, we gotta be out of this place.
Get out of here, man.
All we know is the conditions of hell. All we know what it is to be in a lower state right now.
Right.
So like the brother was saying, this isn't living. All right, hell and heaven are living conditions. We don't know what it's like to be at peace. We don't know what it's like to come home to a woman that we know is all about you. You know what I mean? That is fully submissive to you.
Right.
We don't know what it's like. We don't know what as a nation, we damn sure don't know what it's like to come from a stable home.
Yeah.
There's so many things that we don't experience, or that we don't get to enjoy.
Yep.
Men don't even get to enjoy our children in this fullness here on this side.
The Lord had to send his prophet to teach us how to be men.
Right.
Ain't that something?
Because we didn't have fathers to show us
You know
how.
what I'm saying?
Yep. And if those of us that did, they didn't show you how to be a man of the Lord.
Right.
You know?
And we still, you know what I'm saying, didn't dishonor our fathers. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? Our physical fathers, you know what I'm saying? Our dads and shit. We didn't disrespect them. You know what I'm saying? And then we know what's according to the Bible. You know what I'm saying?
The Lord put the spirit on us, a lot of brothers, that we had certain qualities before we came into the
Yeah.
And that wasn't by coincidence, because in the spirit we're specific people.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? That are going to operate in a particular fashion.
Right.
You know?
Finish with the conscience. Go ahead.
It says, and that they might have it more abundantly.
So we pretty much everything that you build on this side, it's going to be done away with soon come.
Yeah.
You'll have more abundance when the Lord comes in. All right? Just think about just rest alone, man.
Right.
Just rest alone. Now, it goes into I think it's Isaiah 35, 3 and 4. Pretty much comforting our people. You know what I'm saying? Going into how Isaiah the 14th chapter. How we ain't gonna have to worry about fearing no more. We don't have to worry about being up under hard bondage anymore. The Lord's gonna deliver us from our enemies. That's comforting to the mind right there, man. We working hard. Everybody out here got a job, man. Some brothers got to get ready to go to work in the free. Some brothers got off today. Some brothers, you know how that shit go, bro.
Yeah.
Even on your day off, there's always something to do, man.
Right.
It's hell, man.
You said Isaiah 35.
Isaiah 35, 3 and 4, and then somebody get Isaiah 14. And we'll go straight to the point, verse 3.
Okay.
Yeah, I appreciate the fact you were right quick about when you said before we came to the truth about how
We had certain qualities before we knew about this truth.
yeah. This Romans chapter 2, verse 14. It says, for when the Gentiles, talking about Israelites, which have not the law, do by nature the things contained in the law, these having not the law, are a law unto themselves. You know, so even before we came to the truth, we knew certain things were right and certain things were wrong, even though we didn't know the truth per se.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? It's a bad cue on.
Yeah,
That's right, brother.
water for that, man.
That's why you got Jay who don't know nothing about the truth, getting their kids circumcised.
Right.
Yep,
And doing something like that. They, you know, I ain't never seen none of my parents, none of my family eat no bloody raw steak.
Yeah,
You know
right.
what I'm saying?
Naturally, he's like, hell no. Why
see?
you
Jake don't grow up trying to mess with the next man's woman.
Yeah.
You know, it's the code of the hood. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Don't mess with the next man's woman.
Hey,
man.
don't mess
You
with
get
them.
your
That's
blood.
what you
Yeah.
they'll say. We're going up in Orlando, they'll be like, that's so-and-so old lady.
Right.
You know what I mean? 'Cause
That's
you know,
J-Rock woman, you know what I'm saying? You know what I mean?
and hey, it'll be to the point to where if something happened to that dude who was messing with that woman, don't nobody really say that. They be like, hey, that's,
Yeah.
you know, that's what's supposed to happen. And
Right.
they don't even know the truth, but you know that, hey, you trespassed that man.
Right.
Mhm.
Right.
You'll see Jake doing all that stealing
Yeah.
and all that. You'll see Jake really performing in witchcraft.
Yeah.
I mean, it's being more promoted now.
And now, because we're getting to the threshold of this kingdom,
Yeah.
you see a wickedness go to a whole nother level. But there's certain things.
People was doing it back in the day, but it was hidden.
It was
It
so-
was, it's in the forefront now.
It's in the forefront
Everybody,
now.
it's just like, yo, be wicked now. You know what I'm saying?
back then it was looked down upon,
It was a stand.
especially before the 60s.
Yep.
Because with the early 60s is when the government incentivized the woman to have government assistance to take the man out the home. So that's really when the destruction of the Israelite family went to a whole nother level because the man wasn't there. So before that, man, it was a code. We didn't know the truth, but it was a code that, you know, within our community, there's things you just didn't do.
Right.
You know?
They didn't back then. They didn't disrespect the pastor.
Yeah.
Even though he didn't know the truth, still they considered him a man of the Lord.
Yeah.
They didn't disrespect him. They rode by the church. They cut their music down.
Right. Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And just they respected the elders.
Mm-hmm. They would go to the pastor for counsel.
Yep.
Yeah.
He was like an official within the community.
Yep.
So think about that, man. Who are these people naturally mimicking? Even though they don't know who they are, they don't know the truth.
Right.
Why they naturally mimicking the things of the people of the book?
Mm-hmm.
It's just in their spirit to be that way.
That's why they're making a move on this place now.
Yeah.
It's like, wickedness has reached up to, what they say, the sins
have reached up to
heaven. America didn't get enough men down there. Elites. He saw even did enough now.
Yeah.
And they're going to keep doing more and more until the Lord bring them down.
Yeah.
It says, he that letteth will live. It says, time be fulfilled pretty much.
Right.
So this devil going to get it in right about that because the Lord said, we ain't seen nothing yet. That's concerning this man wickedness. We ain't seen nothing yet, man. You might walk out your house one day. It might be somebody right in your yard. 2 men, 2 women getting on. I ain't giving a damn what you got to say. You know what I mean, bro?
I used to see little videos and stuff like that.
Yeah.
You know, here and there. You see stuff like that, especially on spring break. It was just all out of public land. In the elevators, in the lobbies, and all kind of. Don't give a damn.
They took it back to the hippie days.
Yeah, the
freak likes though.
The freaknik.
They're pretty much trying to get likes nowadays.
Yeah.
It's all about a video, right? TikTok.
Being a whole on camera for likes.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And that's why when the men of the Lord was showing visions, these visions of the future, they was like, there's no way.
Right.
But they were just like taken back. So it's like, there's no way.
Someone cried, threw up.
Yeah. They got sick from seeing the stuff today. It literally made them sick, man.
It was like, wow, you know what I'm saying? Look, remember the scripture say, you basically gonna say this is understanding people pretty much.
Yeah.
And we got I forgot exactly what it said. Yes, it Deuteronomy, right? Yeah, these other nations pretty much said Israel, you know what I'm saying, pretty much is that chosen nation. They got the laws and all that, they got it conducting themselves. They got it looking at our people now, man. Like, yo, that can't be Israel right there, man.
We were once a light unto the world.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? You know how Jacob looked at somebody who was on top,
Right.
and then they fall.
Yeah.
They be like, damn, this dude used to be.
Right.
You know what I mean? Look at this dude. That's how we being looked at by the nations.
That's different right there.
Matter of fact, since you said that, like that basketball player, Delonte West.
Go ahead on that, Bob.
He said like that basketball player, Delonte West.
Oh, yeah, he
You know,
ain't it?
yeah, people would look at him at, he's from the DMV area, right? People would look at him with great esteem, but now people look at him, oh, look at this dude, man. You know, fell off. And that's how the nations look at Israel, man.
Yep.
But really, man, it was their plot to do that against us anyway, to put us in this state, to get us further away from our power. That's why you go to Psalms 82 or 83.
Shit, he might have a better chance than these other athletes that's in higher position right now. Because the Lord had brought him to a lower state now.
Right, and one thing that happens with and this really happens with men. When a man is brought to a lower state, he becomes introspective. He considers his ways.
Right.
He starts to think about, okay, why am I in this state? He starts to think about who he is as a man. He considers when he's brought low.
Right.
You know what I mean? Especially the Israelite man.
Mm-hmm.
That's why you hear Jake say,
conscious, right?
Yeah, Jake that don't know nothing about nothing. He'll say, man, Lord, if you get me out of this one, I promise I'll
go to church.
Yeah. Like going back, it's in our spirit to understand how we're supposed to operate in the first place. Edomite, you can be brought low. His first thought ain't Lord. His first thought ain't to call on the high power because he's the fucking wicked.
Right.
His first thought is to curse God.
I know
His opposite, right? Yeah.
The Most High not in all his thoughts though, pursuing his songs.
Man, that's crazy, man.
He'll curse you up there.
Right, I know, right?
That's crazy.
Big man in the sky. If you can hear me, then this ain't no the Lord sent a lightning bolt down the I can hear you. This is my answer to you talking shit.
Yeah. That's crazy. Jake and Edomite, they have different reactions to being brought to a lower state.
Yep.
That in itself, man. Them Jews over there, when they brought low, they don't turn to God.
1949ers.
Yeah.
I mean 48ers.
Salakia.
And
them Jewish. I don't want y'all to get confused, man.
Right.
Salakia.
No, the camera be there.
Yeah. Those converts.
Yeah.
Those Khazarian converts, man. Those people that are not of the actual lineage.
Right.
They don't turn to the Most High when things get bad.
Right.
Well, it's the 49ers too, because remember, they took their land from Gad and from Issachar for their gold.
Yeah.
Yep. Yep, the 49ers, yep.
Hey, it's because, like even like the Redskins and stuff like that, they
Dead
make a
skins.
mockery.
Yup.
They make
Dead
a,
skins, really.
yeah, the dead
That
skins.
red represents the blood.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So the dead skins.
They got the chief Indian with the headpiece on, which is the same thing they would do on Thanksgiving. They'll take the head of the chief, put it on the table as a decoration piece that they've conquered
Yup.
these people. So then they make a football team with that logo. You know what I mean? Making a mockery of the people. And the Northern Kingdom still on reservations.
Yup.
Ain't it though, bro? That's crazy.
Without running water.
Ain't that crazy though, bro?
Yeah, I lived in Arizona for a little while, and I had a bunch of friends that they came from the reservations. They would come to school. They'll be like, man, they'll come and they'll bring like water jugs and they'll fill it up. They'll just make sure that they can get stuff, put it in their backpack. And they're like, yo, we don't have running water. I said, y'all don't have running water.
I know, right, bro?
I'm like, you in the, like, you know, it is
20th century,
in America.
Right?
There's people that don't have running water.
But then here goes Sleazy E, you know what I'm saying? Go over there to a third world country, we coming over here to help y'all. What?
But
what?
The people that you committed genocide against, you can't help them.
Right.
You would think at least they'll be like, you know, we're gonna build y'all, give y'all all the newest stuff, and y'all just take it from there. Yeah, we'll leave y'all alone. Just go ahead.
Cause they ain't got water, they ain't got no stoves or no bathtub.
So they still, hey,
Man,
I'll say this: when shit hit the fan, Gad and Ruben, they gonna be, a lot of them gonna be able to get it, navigate it, cause they gonna be like, I've been living like this the whole time. You know what I mean?
That's true.
Right.
People over here, on this side, spoiled.
Yeah.
Got the air conditioning. It's hot. Turn the AC on.
Yeah.
So when come, you ain't gonna have that AC though.
Yeah.
What you got, bro? Still got that Isaiah.
And
14 and 3.
And they put their reservations on all the most unfertile places.
Yeah. Nothing grows.
Well, nothing grows. They so evil, man.
And that was all by design. Remember they put them to the certain parts of the states or the cities where nothing would grow.
Where nothing would grow.
The scripture tell you that nothing should have the best parts of the land.
Yeah. Well, hell, look how they did the Jakes that was over there in Israel and Des Moines.
Right.
They put them on no reservation.
Hell yeah.
The nuclear waste site.
Hell yeah.
That's
A nuclear waste site, bro.
That's a reservation.
What? That shit crazy, right?
They kicked them out of that land.
Right.
And then say, all right, niggas, get your ass out of
Yeah.
here.
Time to go.
Gotta go.
You've been here long enough. Bring it on, shit.
That's crazy.
It's Isaiah chapter 14, verse 3.
Right.
And it shall come to pass in the day that the Lord shall give thee rest.
See, this is what we looking forward to, Lord willing. A day when the Lord can give us rest, man.
Right.
Jake still want this place to continue on, and they gonna do nothing but work their damn self to death. People die here from working, man. Right? See, people actually lose their life. People don't actually, people get shot, things like that, but people actually die here from working, man. AKA, they work themselves to death, man.
Especially, during when we first got over here in captivity.
Yeah.
The Israelite man, he was.
Jake doing now, getting like 3-4 jobs, bro, trying to pay rent and shit.
The life expectancy was
Child
maybe
support.
like 34, 35, because you're working yourself to the bone, man. You know what I'm saying? That's even going back to your great-great-grandma. You know, why you think she was single? Big Mama was single all that time. Because Big Daddy, the one that bought the house, that worked himself to death, he died.
Yeah, he been dying. He died with bad feet, bad back, bad everything. But
even then, our people had some kind of sense back then. Because I remember my granddaddy, we couldn't even sit in this chair after he passed.
Right.
Couldn't sit in this, it was a reverence.
Yeah.
Some kind of something, man. But right now, looking at our people, completely complete disdain.
We're supposed to be seeking the old path, not this new, I'm saying, microwave generation, Look, we fight for that rest, though. The Lord said, what again, bro?
Isaiah chapter 14, verse 3.
Right.
And it shall come to pass in the day that the Lord shall give you rest.
Right, then you know right there the true biblical Hebrew Israelites are not in that land.
Right.
The Lord said, when I take my people back home, they're going to have rest. And what else, bro? You want to stay when you want?
Yeah. It's okay, keep reading.
Go ahead.
The day that the Lord shall give you rest from thy sorrow.
You ain't have to worry about mourning for family members getting shot the hell down. You ain't have to worry about not being able to pay your rent down, sheriff putting warrants on the door.
Right.
You ain't have to worry about the sorrows and the cares of this world, man. Go ahead.
And from thy fear.
You ain't have to worry about fearing. I'm walking down the street, you like Trayvon Martin, he's walking down the street with a soda pop and some Skittles, you know what I'm saying, and a crazy psycho, you know what I'm saying, behind you. A schizophrenic behind you because of where you're going. You know what I'm saying? Oh, mind my business. I'm the community watch leader over here. You have to tell me what's your name. What? Who the hell? I gotta tell you, no matter who you car, if one of them devils get behind you, what's your name? You got to give me your name or stand the chance of being shot the hell down.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And if you turn around like, yo, man, why you following me? Yo, he comes up, he's like, want to, bud. You know what I'm saying? He start tapping you and shit like that. I want you. He's like, got that 9 already ready to cop, right? He come up provoking you and shit, right? And that's ain't no. So you whip his ass and you get it to walk away like, there you go, in mouthful. He pull out the gat and boom, 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 boom. But he came up messing with you. The Lord said, you got to worry about fearing these devils soon come, right? What else, bro?
He's on. And from the hard bondage wherein thou was made to serve.
Right. Once again, Jake got like 4 or 5 jobs, man. Just to be able to pay the rent, you know what I'm saying, and keep food, you know what I'm saying, on the table. One job ain't enough nowadays. Because the rent like $1,400, bro. In the craziest neighborhood, the rent like, you know what I'm saying, I know one of the brothers, you know what I'm saying, said, where he stayed, rent went up $200. Did y'all hear that, bro? The rent didn't go up $50, $75. The rent went up $200. The Lord said, you know what I'm saying, I'm going to give you rest from all that hard body. But look, you know, brother, you probably got to get another job, man. Or a side hustle or something.
That's 3 extra days of work. Because if you're making $10 an hour and you work 8 days a week, I mean, you're working $10 an hour and you're working 8-hour days. That's $80. They're going to take taxes out of it. So you got to work 3 or more days to make that extra $200.
Right, see what I'm saying, bro?
Well, it goes back to what you said. Yeah. Working 8 days a week.
Yeah, right. The spirit had me mess that up. Right. You know what I mean? It don't add up. It don't add up.
Meaning you ain't gonna never get to enjoy your house that you are paying for, man.
Yeah, you can't even.
You ain't even going home. You know what I'm saying? They put $200 extra on your rent. You ain't going home no more. Yeah. You'll ride past your house like, damn, y'all might used to be in my bed right about there. You'll pull the fuck out and turn the curve. You know what I'm saying, bro? You ain't going home no more paying $200 extra, man. Look, the curse is heavy, bro.
Curse is heavy. And going the land back off what you was reading, talking about those people in that land, how you know they're not the people that are supposed to be in that land. The scriptures say, and according to prophecy, when we go back to the land, there's not going to be any more war.
Right. Yeah.
But since they've gotten in that land, it's been nothing but war.
Yeah. Right.
So who's the liar? The Most High or them?
Right. Who we ought to believe? The Most High then.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Okay. You rather obey God than man.
And then the thing about it, I just want to make one last statement. It's like we have to worry about the hard bondage. It's like you got all these $1 million chicks. You got all these look, you got all these $1 million chicks, you know what I'm saying? They ain't say no money. Because look, you said a brother got to pay $200 extra, you know what I'm saying, on the rent, right? Who's all these rich billionaires open rent free and all that? Why they ain't built a little community for affordable house for Jake? They can't, you ain't in control of your own money over here, man. Then you know it's saying your rest, man. Y'all got it, man.
It's crazy. I mean, Deuteronomy 28 said the Lord should smite thee with madness.
Right.
He was just hanging on the fence. But there's an opening on the other side.
Right. See what I'm saying, bro? Ain't it up, bro? Ain't it up, bro? See what I'm saying? Ain't it, bro? Looking. I can't get out. Like he's locked up or something, bro. That's what I'm saying, bro. This shit crazy, bro. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, good.
But once it will be cursed coming out and going in. You know what I'm saying? Well, coming out, you know what I'm saying? Going in, coming out, going in, right? Cursed shall thou be when you come out. Cursed shall thou be when you go in. When you're born, you're upon the curse. When you die, you're upon the curses, man.
I got a precept for y'all, too. This is Exodus chapter 1 and verse 13. And it says, and the Egyptians made the children of Israel to serve with rigor. And when you go to rigor, that's literally working yourself to death.
Right.
You know?
Literally.
Yeah.
So, you know, every great kingdom that you talk about or that's mentioned in history, who built those kingdoms up?
Right.
The Israelites, man.
Oh, yeah, scripture said, will our nation having had part in her? Pretty much, we've been in captivity up in every nation. Every nation that's
could technically be considered a dynasty or anything like that. They had us in captivity at some point in time.
Yep.
This is the longest one right here, though.
Yeah, this
needs to eat.
This is well overdue.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? What is it, 500 and some change?
Yeah.
500 years and some change. Well, the Lord really put a number on us, didn't he, though?
Yeah. So this second Exodus is going to far exceed the first, man. In every way. In the plagues that the Lord brings on this place, in the majesty of the deliverance. Israel was made famous after that first Exodus. It's gonna be a big. They don't have to make a new word for it.
Right.
You know.
It's say that it's no longer remembered.
Yeah.
The first Exodus.
Yeah. They're gonna be like, what you talking about that one for? You see what happened in Babylon?
I got it right quick. No,
that was it. That's all I'm going to bring on.
Jeremiah 16:14. Therefore, behold, the days come, saith the Lord, that it shall no more, and I want the rest of that Isaiah too, like one more scripture down. Therefore, behold, the days come, saith the Lord, that it shall no more be said, the Lord liveth that brought up the children of Israel out of the land of Egypt. Somebody can get Jeremiah 3:18. What? Yeah, somebody get Jeremiah 3:18.
All right, I got it.
Just for a quick precept.
I got it.
I get it.
Jeremiah 3:18.
Oh, yeah, I get
Just for a quick precept.
it. I got it.
You know, everybody's still talking about that first Exodus. You know what I'm saying? How glorious it was. You know what I'm saying? How much of majestic. You know what I'm saying? It was majestic. You know what I'm saying? How it went down. I mean, you had the waters part. You know what I'm saying? And Israel walked out on dry land. You know, you go to a river, whatever, you move the water, the ground will still be slimy.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? The Lord dried the land, though, for Israel to walk through. They had cattle and all that. That was a miraculous event.
It was something. It was the things that went down were undeniable.
Right.
To the fact that any nation that even heard of these things, they had to know.
Right.
There's no way the Lord is not dealing with these. These are the people. They are who they say they are. This is the true God.
That's right.
You see what I'm saying?
And what's crazy is you got these ungrateful niggas
Still murmuring.
Yeah.
Still
Right.
murmuring. This motherfucker.
Oh, man. The Lord just split open a whole body of water.
That's right.
You want to be your enemy.
Right.
And you still going to talk against the Lord. And
That's
his
right.
man?
And manna rained down from heaven.
Thank you.
You know what I mean?
What,
Had
the
to where you-
500,000 of us?
Yeah. Had your clothes to where you walking all these years and your clothes ain't worn out.
Yeah.
And you still be ungrateful, worshiping, building idols to other gods.
Yeah.
Never go back to slavery.
Yeah.
That was one of them dudes, too. Dude that hopped out of that car a while ago. He was one on too, yo. You know what I'm
Yeah,
saying?
it had to be.
Yeah, he was one on, man.
He was the Egyptian
Yeah, that's it. And he was proud with it, too.
Yeah.
He started laughing at us, right?
slave.
Didn't know. I guess he got out of the car like, ain't no one dressed like an idiot out here. You know what I'm saying? When we ain't dressed like idiots, the Lord is.
He probably looked at us like these niggas ain't got on what I
Right.
got.
Theirs not cut like mine, man.
I ain't even think about that. He probably was looking at us like, oh, they ain't dressed like this.
Right.
Silly.
Can't
Oh,
get
man.
Right. It's an alligator right here, you know what I'm saying?
You can't wait till you get to block this.
Right. You know what I'm saying?
It's Jeremiah 3:18.
Right.
It said, in those days the house of Judah shall walk with the house of Israel, and they shall come together
Right.
out of the land of the north to the land that I have given for an inheritance unto your fathers.
That's what's getting ready to happen. You know what I'm saying? That's why I'm saying they ain't gonna talk about the old Exodus no more. They talk about the new Exodus, man. You know what I'm saying? Where Israel, the southern kingdom and the northern kingdom gonna be joined together again.
We're going to be, hey, look, man.
They said the only people so that the Jews are not gonna cut you off.
Yeah.
They said no, that's the southern kingdom.
Right.
What the hell is the northern kingdom right there? That's what I said. Both kingdoms gonna be together. Yo, they gonna be one kingdom again.
So they're holding their doctrine. Man, we're going to be taken up by the chariots simultaneously as the missiles are coming down,
Right.
blowing this place up. It's going to be brothers endowed with spiritual power.
Right. Boom, 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 boom.
The deliverance that's going to happen, and the whole world's going to be seeing it because
Right.
the chariots going to be going from nation to nation, taking up people and destroying people.
Yeah. It's gonna be televised.
It's going to be televised.
Yeah,
You understand?
Well, actually, it's two tribes of Israel over there. Because remember, the tribe of Levi,
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
those Moabites,
Oh,
went
yeah,
over
I
there
know,
about
right, bro?
8 or 9 years ago.
You know what I'm saying? That's crazy, man. All right. Look. There's some planes and everything. So
Yeah.
first they had some little jeeps, little buses, or whatever, took them to the airport. So we're here to take you home. Them goons looking at them like. Look, we're on camera now. Don't let them know we're talking. We're on camera now.
Oh, man.
But the Lord said this right here, Jeremiah 16:15. But the Lord liveth that brought the children of Israel from the land of the north, and from all the lands whither he had driven them, and I will bring them again into their land that I gave it to their fathers.
Right. So the Lord is going to take us back to our land. We're not okay. We're not going to get a bus ticket, catch a plane ride. All right. All the prophecies are written on how they will happen. But in the world, they just act like that doesn't matter. There's a
I know,
particular
right?
fashion that we're going to be taken back to the land. It's going to be happening after the destruction of
Right.
this kingdom. Okay. When we set up, there's not going to be any more war.
Right.
The earth is going to be governed by the law, statutes, and commandments.
Yeah, right.
None of this has happened. But you over here saying, you know, got the whole world fooled and tricked and bamboozled, thinking that these people are the people of the Bible.
Right.
We're gonna get on the mega bus and go back to
Yeah. You know what I'm saying, bro? You know.
Oh man. But it goes back to like the brother said earlier about the Lord has revealed the secrets unto his servants the prophets.
Right.
So everybody's not going to understand these clues and mysteries of what's going on.
Right.
We do, they don't.
Right.
They can't see in the dark.
Right.
Going back to, you know,
Yeah,
the lesson with Elder Gabar, he
yeah.
talked about the level of intelligence. That owl, man, they can see in the dark. So we
Right.
can see through deception. These other people, they can't see through deception.
That's right. Finish that shit.
Isaiah chapter 14, verse 4,
Right.
that thou shalt take up this proverb against the king of Babylon,
Right. Go ahead.
and
With
say,
the king of Babylon sleeps and eat. Elite banking families.
Yeah.
So we're gonna take up a proverb against this devil, man. You know? Go ahead.
he's on, and read from the top, verse 4, that thou shalt take up this proverb against the king of Babylon,
Right.
and say, how hath the oppressor ceased?
Right.
The golden city ceased.
That's how you know it's talking about America. Go ahead.
Verse 5, the Lord hath broken the staff of the wicked.
Right. The staff represents that power, you know what I'm saying? This is a future prophecy. This haven't happened yet. Go ahead.
And the scepter of the rulers.
Read on.
Verse 6, he who smote the people in wrath with a continual
This
stroke.
man never lit up. You know what I'm saying? Sleeps to eat. Esau Edom never lit it up, man. He didn't never lit up. He did what to the people?
And he who hath smote the people in wrath with a continual stroke.
Ongoing punishment, pretty much. Persecution. This devil never let up, man, since he's been in power. He's just been killing, stealing, and destroying, man. Go ahead.
So he that ruled the nation in anger,
Then you know right there talking about sleep and eat. He that rules the whole earth in anger. Go ahead.
is persecuted,
Future prophecy, it ain't happened yet, but it's getting ready to happen. This devil's getting ready to be persecuted, man. For all his atrocities. Go ahead.
and none hindereth.
Nobody ain't gonna protect this dude. Ain't gonna be no nation jumping in front of Yahweh, busting out shot, trying to protect this devil, man. This devil gonna get what it's just due to him, man. Straight up, man.
Actually, the next we're gonna rejoice.
Right, yeah, ain't it up, bro? Go ahead.
You're going to have some, Jason. Trying to jump in front of the Lord. Stop.
Right, I know,
No,
right.
we're gonna be like Samuel Jackson and Jacob.
Oh, I start crying and shit, hollering. You know what I'm saying? Right. Had to create that bugged out look.
Oh! I mean, you got a lot of things that are like Samuel Jackson and Jacob.
Yeah.
This thing on the horse,
Right.
you know what I mean? Yeah,
I
man.
love you like a pig lunch.
Right.
And what was symbolic to me when I seen when Samuel Jackson said this nigga's on a horse. Horse represents power, man.
Yep.
We're gonna be given power. But Jake don't want, we tell him, hey man, we getting ready to have rulership and dominion over the earth. Jake don't want that. He just want to be up under Esau. Man.
Read on.
Isaiah chapter 14, verse 7.
Right.
The whole earth is at rest.
See, that's how you know Sleazy is still around. Because the whole earth is not at rest right about now, man. Wars every damn well, man.
Second Ezra 6 and 9
Yep.
says that Esau's gonna be the end of the world, meaning the end of the age.
Right.
So he has to be here
Yeah.
when the Lord comes back.
Damn
Okay,
sure do.
you know what I mean?
Some Esau died during the Jewish and Roman wars. Come
Where
on,
they say
man.
that at?
Right, that's what they say. You know what I'm saying,
where
bro?
they say that at?
Right.
Scriptures
Sleazy
don't
was
say
done away with back in those days.
Yeah. Scriptures don't say that.
Right. The earth is gonna be at ease, man. Like the birds you hear chirping in the background. They just confirm it. They're gonna rejoice in that day, man. They're like, they're like, yeah, man.
That
I can't
was
wait
they-
till this gets performed.
That was a little bird Shalom nigga.
Yeah, that's right. The birds know. See, you got the birds listening. You got birds in these trees behind us listening, but Jake ain't trying to listen though.
Right.
The bird know that he ain't getting no damn rest. Shit. They trying to, all this used to be like woods.
Woods and
They
forests.
tore everything down. Built these damn buildings. So the birds got to put small trees to lay in and build their damn homes and shit like that. You hear the birds chirping in the background.
Hey man, back even a couple, when I was a kid, you would see big flocks of birds flying.
Yeah.
You don't really see that no more.
Hell
You
no.
don't see, you think about that. You don't even see big flocks of birds flying no more in packs.
See, because everything
In the
confused, man.
formations and all that. You know what I mean? You don't see that.
See, see one damn little small bird being chased by 2 big birds. You know what I'm saying? I'm figure out where the hell to go. Like, yo, where my backup at? Where my backup at? This place can freak the bug the hell out, man.
You see birds in big flocks. Now you see a few birds.
Yeah. Devil, man.
What the hell
Go.
going on?
They don't even fly south for the winter.
Hell no. Feel like you don't hear your hey, come on, man. Let's go, man. Bird like, man. I ain't going down there, man. It's cold down there.
Oh, but the ordinance of the earth is messed up, man.
Yep.
The animals can't even punch out they supposed to punch you.
Of
Damn.
course. Go ahead, Sharon.
Isaiah 14, verse 7, the whole earth is at rest and disquiet.
Right.
They break forth.
You know how peaceful it's going to be, man? How quiet it's going to be in the kingdom? You know what I'm saying? Because sleazy Egypt, they're going to be off site somewhere doing their hooping and hollering. And then the kingdoms will be all peaceful. You hear violins playing, you know what I'm saying? Harps and things of that nature, pianos. You know what I'm saying? Sleazy E, you know what I'm saying? He's going to be way off somewhere hollering like hell, though. You know what I mean?
I'm going to keep his ass in the cave like he like.
Right.
I don't got to look at his ass unless I want to.
That's how you know it's true. When you see women with crumple ass shit like that.
Yeah.
This place is true.
Confusion, man.
Right. Read that last one.
So,
That's a throwback. Yeah, that's a curse. Yeah, that's they curse.
I know, right, bro?
I just hate to see the different woman with white neon orange hair.
I know, right, bro?
And purple contact lens.
Yeah, damn.
And big old ceiling fan eyelashes.
Yeah, I know, right?
I read that those big
That's
eyelashes,
she wall.
the old English
She through,
prostitutes.
ain't she?
Yeah. Now they see it through.
She through, bro.
Oh man, they look like remember school, the greater than and less than symbol.
Damn. Damn, bro.
Damn.
Okay, look. Riches don't know what, though. You have all the riches, but the Lord still can judge your ass, though. You got all the money, but you can't fix that, though.
I was talking about those eyelashes. The old English prostitutes used to get those big eyelashes so when the men were finished,
Right.
they wouldn't get in their eyes. They
Man.
wouldn't get eye infection. But I went in, hey,
right?
so hey, man, what is this? You ain't no woman order by off the eyelids. You just, you know what I mean? It is what it is.
Wow.
So we're getting their eyes.
Man.
But our women glorify that shit, man.
Jay was built like that back then, on it, though.
Oh,
better
man.
coat on my ball, you know what I'm saying? Shit. You know what I mean?
Oh, man.
Go ahead, though, brother.
It's crazy.
Finish that last part on.
Isaiah 14:7, the whole earth is at rest and is quiet.
Right,
They break forth into singing.
right. Go ahead.
Verse 8, yea, the fire,
Five.
the palm trees.
Oh, the fir tree.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Right.
Tell her, yeah.
Verse 8, yea, the fir trees.
Which represents the Christmas tree. You know what I'm saying? The Christmas tree gonna rejoice in that day, man. Never worry about nobody cutting it down, man.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
Yea, the fir trees rejoice at thee,
Right.
and the cedars of Lebanon, saying, since thou art laid down,
Since Sleazy has been taken out of power, he ain't ruling the earth no more. Go ahead.
no feller is come up against him.
Wow, fella's a person that cut trees down.
Yeah.
Sleazy cut down trees, just be doing so just to build a parking lot. You know what I'm saying, bro? And then that's how you know, he tried to build it now, and then the parking lot just left there. There ain't no building there no more. And he moved some damn well. You know what I'm saying,
Now
bro?
that Nazi can't even grow through the
Yeah,
time.
you know what I'm saying, bro? This devil got to go. Everything's going to rejoice when this devil gets taken out of power.
But you know, when them nuclear missiles, you know, burn up this place and other countries, man, it's going to be a refreshing. It's going to be a cleansing by fire.
Mm-hmm.
You know?
That's why the scripture tells what type of mind frame should you have right about them.
Yeah,
How should you be
2 Peter
conducting
3:9.
yourself? You know that on that 2 Peter?
3
How
and
should you
9.
be conducting yourself? You probably ended in the
Yeah, because I got it. Yeah.
Yeah. What time is it?
I don't even. I know I'm probably.
It's Sunday before now, man. That's so late.
I got to get back up.
Yeah. Let's bring out, I guess, what you want to bring out is bring my point. Wrap it up.
I got 2 Peter 2, 2 Peter 3 and 9, right?
Yeah.
I got it.
I can break it down, just you know what I'm saying?
2 Peter 3 and 9 says,
Time fly when you have fun, it says.
you want 3 and 9 or 3 and 11? For the holy conversation.
Straight to the point, yeah.
Okay. 2 Peter 3 and 11. It says, seeing then that all these things shall be dissolved, what manner of persons ought ye to be in all holy conversation and godliness.
Yeah, what manner of person are you to be? Knowing that this place is temporary,
Right.
that it's going to be destroyed. Is it a good business decision to invest in something that you know you're going to lose your money behind?
Right.
It doesn't make sense. This
Right.
place is getting ready to be destroyed. You shouldn't be trying to put all your eggs in this basket when it's not going to be here. You should be building your riches in the kingdom of heaven. I
Right.
believe what Matthew 6. All right? That's where you should be building your riches at. And how do you do that? Through your doings.
That's right.
Okay?
Anybody else got anything? Anybody got anything?
It's Deuteronomy chapter 10, verse 12. And now Israel, what doeth the Lord thy God, Yahweh Shemashai, require of thee, but to fear the Lord thy God,
Oh, go ahead. Yeah.
to walk in all his ways, to love him, and to serve the Lord thy God with all thy heart and with all thy soul.
Yeah, man. So if you truly love the Lord, you're going to be being a doer of the word and not a hearer only. Okay? You're going to operate in a particular fashion. But we have many people that claim to be Israelites, but we can blatantly see that they're faking the funk.
Right.
Because their ways don't match up. Okay? And that's not who you want to be.
Right.
Because if you're an Israelite and you're not being one, you're going to be one of the first people to catch hell from the Most
That's
High.
right.
So we out here speaking life.
Right.
You know? This is life.
That's right.
You see? So with that being said, I guess y'all got any closing statements, anybody? All right. So again, we're going to give all praises to the Most High.
Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahushai, Ba'ashem, Rakakadash.
We're going to give devil honor to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone who rule well. We're going to say shalom to all the brothers who are pursuing and teaching this truth in sincerity. And shalom to the few sisters who are pursuing this truth as well. May the blessing of election be upon your house.
Right.
Look,
Right.
DTA, a ball.
Ball.
Soon.
Hey.
Shalom.
Shalom.
Right. Right.